Crikey, Phil's really short. I'm in Phil's car. We're working on the motorhome and Phil's gone off to have a look at a welding job or something. So I thought, you know what? Let's not make a controversial video. Let's not get arrested by the counter-terrorism police for exposing something that's going on. Let's just read something, shall we? Like the good old days. I've got a few things to read. I've got the Historics Auctioneers Flight of Elegance auction preview coming up on the 3rd of May. That's pretty soon. I've got this week's Autocar magazine from the 16th of April 2025. So we'll do that one. And I know you'll be most excited for these two. I bought these especially for a video. I've got Max Power magazine from February 1998. So quite a three-part video basically. I'll record 3 videos because I'm going to read these 3 things. We're going to start with this one. Let's do an auction preview, and I want you all to comment along and see if you can guess what these cars are going to sell for. So let's have a little look. This is Farnborough International, 3rd of May 2025, and starting at page 1 we have an Armstrong Siddeley 17 horsepower. That's up there in the top corner, and an Aston Martin Rapide. Now the Rapide, 51,000 miles, and it's estimated only 28 to 32,000 pounds. That is just no money for one of those, don't you think? And it's such a good looking 4-door saloon. Like, you could go and buy a Nissan Qashqai brand new, or you could have an Aston Martin Rapide. Yes, it's going to be risky, but to be fair, so is buying a modern car. 1967 Bedford CA and a Bedford military truck. Useful if you want to avoid the ULEZ flicking over the page. A Bentley Arnage R, top corner there, this one. We know full well that that's worth £12,000, so we'll see what that one makes. Quiet. And then a Bentley Continental GTC. I'm not too bothered about these. That's that one there. And that is odometer reading TBA. I don't like the wheels on it. Estimate 13 to 17,000 pounds. Basically, 10 to 20,000 pound is just where you want to be at the moment with classic cars. Look at that Bentley Arnage R. Absolutely beautiful. I don't know why they still send me this, by the way. I've never bought a car from them. I get this through the post every time. Then you've got a Bentley S1, not bothered, and a BMW 528i individual. Now, that is an interesting one. Bottom corner down there. Look at that. It's all done up to look like an M5, so that's pretty cool. 8 to 12,000 pounds. A lot of money for a 528, isn't it? Then a 1989 BMW 635 CSI Highline, 17 to 20,000 pounds up in this top corner. And I like this thing here. That is an original Fiat Multipla. Absolutely gorgeous in a very ugly sort of way. Ford Model A Cabriolet, and then a Ford F100 pickup truck. The 2 blue ones down in the bottom corners there. I'm enjoying those. The Model A is at 23 to 27, and the F100 17 to 22. That's a whole lot of show car for not a lot of money. Moving over the page, oh, an Aston Martin V8 Coupe. I don't get excited by these cars, but that is a lovely specification, isn't it? In that colour with those wheels, that's fantastic. 140 to 165,000 pounds, oatmeal leather. That looks lovely. Be very interested to see what that makes next week, isn't it? It's not far away. And then you've got an E-Type Series 1, estimate 120 to 150, odometer reading only 5,000 miles. Now, it'd be very, very interesting indeed to see what this E-Type makes. 120 to 150 on the estimate. Wow, that's going to be an interesting one to see go through. Ford Model T, Mustang GT, Ford Transit, Ford Thames Tipper, and a Ford Transit Mark 1. Now, interestingly, you've got all those commercial vehicles. I wonder if they've all come from the same home. I would say that they have. Ford Thames Tipper, Ford Transit, and a Ford Transit Mark 1. I'd say that that has all come from the same home, which says to me someone is liquidating their assets. So yeah, it's in line with everything that I said that's going on in the classic car world. Liquidizing is next. If a car goes through unsold, just whack it through the juicer. Great big industrial juicer out the back. 1939 Ford Deluxe Coupe, 28 to 34,000 pounds up at the top here. Lovely looking thing. And then you've got two E-Types, a Series 2, 2+2, and a Series 1.5, 37 to 42, and then 85 to 97. Be very interesting to see how these E-Types do against those estimates. Jaguar Sovereign 4.2, and then a Jaguar XJR 4.2 supercharged, another XJR supercharged, and an XJS convertible, and an XK150 saloon. Wow, there are a lot of Jaguars in this auction. If you want a Jag, take your pick. So it'd be very interesting to see how these do against estimates. Sensible estimate, look at that. On the XK150 Coupe, this one here, estimate is 65 to 75. I think the estimates are coming down a little bit as well. I might be wrong. Then you've got a Land Rover Defender camper. It's not a camper, is it? It's just got a roof tent on it. And roof tents are rubbish. Trust me, I've tried one. If you're curious, Geoff Buys Cars roof tent review. Or was it on my other channel, Adventures with Geoff? I got locked out of that channel. I can't work out how to log into it. Lotus Elan SE Turbo, bottom down there. 16 to 19,000 pounds, but it's only 17,000 miles. Nice looking car. Another E-Type here, no reserve, with just 10 miles on the clock. I'll have to do some reading to find out what the story is there, but that's obviously something special. So special that there is no description. And then a Series 3 Roadster at 32 to 36. The Series 3 is definitely quite a bit uglier, isn't it? He says, looking pretty ugly in my work hoodie that's covered in paint. Still haven't had any brands get in touch and offer me any hoodies yet. Salt Rock, Animal, if you're watching. Lotus Elite, Mercedes-Benz 230 TE, 280 CE, and then a 420 SL. Let's talk about these. The Lotus Elite at the top there, well, obviously that's super cool. That's the cars that we all thought we'd be driving in the future. Look at the shape of that. It's just glorious. And then the W123 estate, always very cool, and they always command strong money. So that will do quite well, I think. They're cool cars. And then there's a 280 CE, so that's the coupe with a 6-cylinder engine there in the middle. Estimates on those. The coupe is 9 to 14. The estate is no reserve. Could there be a bargain there? I don't think so, because I think everybody knows that they're cool, so I don't think you'll get a bargain. And then a 420 SL. Don't tell anyone in Mercedes worlds, but the 420, although it was the one they made the least of, it's the best engine. And that one's 14 to 19,000 pounds. Looks like almondine red with a beige interior. Nice specification car. Late one on an 88. 99,000 miles, 14 to 19,000 pounds. Nice car for the money, if I do say so myself. Then you got a 500 SL and a 350 SL, both going in no reserve. A lot of these Mercedes coming through, which again says a lot about the kind of people that are dropping off the radar, shall we say. Then an MGC and an MGTC, 9 to 13 on the MGC, 17 to 20 on the MGTC, down in the bottom corner there. So really, I'm just making this video so that I've got a record of what everything went through for. Sorry, what the estimates are, so that we can work out where the market's at when we do an auction review. 1932 Lagonda 2-litre low chassis Continental Tourer. That's just glorious. Isn't that a beautiful vehicle? What's the estimate on that? 45 to 55. Absolutely lovely looking thing. I really like that. And then the Mercedes 190 SL. Now, I have always said that these are only worth 70,000 quid. I'm trying to see if I'm putting in the camera properly, because these have been going through auction lately with estimates around about 120. This one's got a much more sensible estimate on it, 48 to 58, and it's ivory, which I think as a colour is coming back around again. On this page, we got an MGB, a Mitsubishi Colt Lancer. Wow, look at that. When did you last see one of them? Estimate on that, 15 to 20,000 pounds, and a mini moke. Totally useless because you can only use it on 2 days of the year. Actually, today, but not earlier on today, only this afternoon. Morris Minor 1000 at no reserve. Starting to find Morris Minors quite appealing, to be honest. It is a problem. And then a supercharged Morris Minor, which defeats the object. I don't get why you would do that to a Morris Minor. They're slow and laborious, and they're meant to be slow and laborious, so don't supercharge them. And then a Porsche 98. Oh, it just says library image on it. So we've got a Porsche 1983 Porsche 3-litre SC, this one, but that's not the actual car, the library image. Then we've got a 928 S4 and a Porsche Boxster Spider on a 65 plate. I'm sorry, it's a 2015. It's just too new for me. It needs to be on Auto Trader and not in a classic car auction. But this one doesn't. That's a 930 turbo, 82 to low battery, 98,000 pounds. Going to be very interesting to see what this one does as well in the auction. And then a TR6, 15 to 21. Has everybody that wants a TR6 already bought a TR6? That is the question. Range Rover TD V6 on a 17 plate. Again, shouldn't be in the auction. Stick it on Auto Trader. A registration plate, number 67C. if you've got 45 to 50,000 pounds to put a square rectangle on that end of your car and another one on that end of your car, have a word with yourself, because your life should be bigger than that. Rolls-Royce Phantom 3 touring limousine, 113 to 130,000 pounds. And who wants to say it with me? Ready? Say it with me. Unsold. There's no way that's going to sell. Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow, 19 to 23,000 pounds. We all know that that is worth 12 to 13,000 pounds. Moving on in this quick video, and we get onto the final page. We've got a smart Brabus Roadster RCR, 8 to 10,000 pounds. Cool car. Then we've got a Suffolk SS100, 28 to 33,000 pounds. A Suffolk it's a kit car basically, so I don't see any value in that. Then you've got a rally prepared Sunbeam Tiger Mark 1. Nobody cares. Sorry, that's not going to sell, or it's going to be given away free. And then the TR6 at the end, 16 to 22,000 pounds. So that is my preview of the cars so far. I suspect they've added more cars to the auction roster. What do we like in there? I love the Aston Martin Rapide on page 1 because it's a sensible family car. I really like the Fiat Multipla. That's very cool as well. And the 635 CSI Highline. And obviously the Bentley Arnage R. If you're a viewer of the channel and you've got one of those Bentleys, an Arnage, or one of the ones that I keep saying are worth 12 grand, can you get in touch? Because I'd really like to try one. And I'm not really in a position to buy one. The Aston Martin V8 Coupe, I love it, and also it'd be very interesting to see what it sells for. And obviously the E-Types, it'd be very interesting to see, because I think there's 5 E-Types in this auction. Let's just have a look, shall we? That's the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's 5. So there's a fair few in there. And Phil is now coming back from going off and doing his Johnny Foreigner. So we'll have to stall the video and get back to working on the motorhome. Quickly, very quickly, I'm doing an auction preview. Can you have a quick look through there while I entertain the crowd and pick one car that you would buy in that auction?
Money, no object.
Money, no object, yeah.
Any other criteria? Like, does family's got to fit in it?
Just whatever, you know. You've won the lottery and you're at that auction. You've got the cash in your pocket. What are you having?
Oh, first page.
Yeah.
Or second page.
Go on.
The Fiat Multipla.
There you go. Which shows basically the same car. I highlighted the Multipla as well.
I've not gone through it yet, but that's... They must be rare.
They are...
Regardless.
Yeah.
They're mental. If you saw that coming down the road...
Yeah.
Is that real? Is that for real?
It's totally a wild looking. It's like something out of a kid's cartoon, isn't it?
And it looks like it's going the wrong way.
Yeah, especially in two-tone. So there you go. You've quite quickly just picked the most oddball car in the auction. I got Max Power next. I was hoping that the Max Power magazine. Oh, you don't get that anymore, do you? You don't get advertisements like that anymore. That'd be a black man in a dress in 2025. So that's what I'm quite... Oh, look at that as well. The arse end of the magazine. Yeah, brilliant. Just the way journalism, car journalism like this was done. And then you got all the hi-fi adverts. Look at that, 0% finance over the phone on your hi-fi for your Nova. I've been putting off opening this magazine actually, and I'm so excited to sit down and just go through it, because this is a world that used to exist that no longer does.
This is a bit naughty.
What?
65 Sunbeam Tiger Mark II rally prepared.
Oh, you like the rally prepared one? Oh, I said that was going to be given away for free.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because I just don't think anyone will want that.
Yeah, but that's a good one for jumping.
Look at this, right? For jumping?
Yeah.
All right, I won't do Max Power now. Let's talk about this. Phil wants to jump a car. This came... Jumping. This came around in a conversation we were having earlier on today, while we were discussing fun things and not getting arrested for terrorism. We want to build a jump and we want to jump a car, and we've been trying to work out the best way to do it.
I just wonder how many people in the world can say that they've done that.
If you're watching and you have jumped a car before,
yeah, well, no, unsuccessfully, either way,
or maybe by accident, maybe you just approached a bit, you didn't know where you were, you went over a pumpback bridge a bit too quick. I've said this before. I think you jumped my Peugeot,
but I want to do. It needs to be.
I bet if we went back, if someone had filmed that moment, I don't think the wheels came off the ground.
No, and also, like, if you were walking along the road and saw it happen, you'd be like,
do you reckon? Yeah.
Whereas if you saw somebody going up a jump,
yeah,
I want that sort of, when people go,
Yeah.
I want that.
And it's got
and I want to know what that feels like when you're in the car.
Yeah. All right. So coming up soon.
You could be the driver. I'll just be the passenger. But
that's what I want, because there's no point doing a jump if you're on your own, is there?
No.
Because then, like, it's
if you're gonna go out, you might as well go out with somebody else.
Well, so if you want to see
Thelma and Louise ending,
a new non-political version, totally non-political Geoff buys cars, we're going to be jumping a car in the future. We just got to work out.
Has anyone got a car they want to donate?
I've got loads of cars we can use.
Yeah.
We can use that little Citroen Picasso I got for 150 quid.
Yeah. And we promise we won't film the entire process of building the ramps and all that sort of thing.
It could be a new series. It might be better than the motorhome series, isn't it? We have a 25-part series of building a 3-part ramp. Thanks for watching.
In 3 weeks.
In 3 weeks.